Gets back in the car and drives away.
Incredible. Detectives actually have released this footage. A man and a woman aged in their 20s injured when that white Nissan Pulsar, as you can see, drove into the group at Greenacre, as Andrew said, Thursday night. It was found abandoned nearby. Police are concerned about the health of several of the victims and have released the vision with the hope that they will come forward.
There you go. More details and news on that one. Now, you're thinking of taking out a loan, maybe for a new Nissan Pulsar? Then listen up, because this next segment is bound to be of interest.
Thousands of Australians are taking out money that they can't afford to pay back. So here's some tips to getting the best out of your borrowing.
We're getting ourselves into more and more personal debt all the time.
The school term has just kicked off, but it seems many grown-ups have had a hard time learning the pros and cons of personal loans.
Yeah, I'm not sure what my phone interest rate is really, but yeah, my mortgage is... I don't even know how much my mortgage is, actually.
All the time we turn and see people prepared to borrow for what they can't afford today in the hope that they'll be able to afford it tomorrow.
John Flavell is the boss at Mortgage Choice. They've put together the annual financial confidence survey, and the report card shows there's huge room for improvement.
1 in 3 personal loans is about consolidating credit card debt. We see a large number of people borrowing money to fund things such as weddings, home renovations and holidays. And sadly what we see people accessing personal loans for instant gratification, as it were, in terms of consumables, paying huge amounts of interest and then taking many, many years to pay those loans off.
More than 1,000 customers sat the nationwide survey, with consolidation of loans the big one on the list.
Yeah, so I've got a personal loan, which I'm still paying back. I've also got about 60 grand of HEX debt, which is probably going to take a little bit of time, but I've got a credit card as well. 1
in 3 Generation Y customers have taken out another loan to rein in a higher interest rate. Generation X's are even worse, while the numbers are slightly better for baby boomers, though it's still a worrying result, with 1 in 5 consolidating debts.
Small amounts of money by themselves, fine, we all think that we can deal with them. But when there's a personal loan for $5,000 and a credit card, the balance extends to $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $10,000, then we're talking about repayments just to service the interest alone of many hundreds of dollars a month. And for many Australian families that are doing it quite tough and have got their finances finely balanced, that can be the difference between foundering and flourishing.
The survey has highlighted a worrying trend, with very little actual gap between the generations when it came to the understanding of what interest rate they're actually paying.
That's a good question. I don't think I know my current interest rate, maybe about 6%. Does that sound right? I'm not sure.
Generation X's were the worst, with 30% not having a clue what the interest rate is on their personal loan. Baby boomers didn't fare much better, with 29% failing to know.
So there's never a bad time to look at your finances, except for tomorrow. And the reality of the situation is that if you take a consolidated look at your finances, if you get your house in order, if you manage your interest rates, and if you pay your debts down, you can save yourself thousands of dollars a year, every year, just by doing the basics well.
Because I own my own home, and I don't owe a penny anywhere else.
You can go to the top of the class.
Some very useful tips there, Andrew.
Thank you very much
for that.
I swatted up hard. I looked up finance on the internet. And that's
Google
what I came
finance
up with.
if you want any more tips. Very sporty weekend, not just here in Brisbane at the beach. Lots of people out early swimming, but of course the tennis. Now, I gave my full wrap-up of the stats a little bit earlier on.
We saw how disastrous that was.
With Roger Rashid, so I'm going to stop right there.